because I'm sure there's a few that want maybe to get the recording. So welcome. Happy fall today. It feels like fall, right? It's gorgeous though. Man, I love this weather. Anyway, we are up to rule number 8. Wow. I don't know that I've ever done the whole book before. So these last few you may not have heard of, even if you've been taking from me a long time. So this rule 8 is, what you make of your life is up to you. And I think that's really freeing to know that, oh yeah, I do kind of have control over this. And some people, maybe people that are in jail, people that live in different countries and aren't as free as we are, you think, well, they have no freedom, but they have freedom over what they choose to think. And so you really do have control over your life when you can choose how you approach life. So every person creates his or her own reality. Authorship of your life is one of your absolute rights. Yet so often people deny that they have the ability to script the life they desire. They often use the excuse that they cannot do what they want to do or get what they desire in life because they lack the resources to do it. They look past the fundamental truth that it is not our external resources that determine our success or failure, but rather our own belief in ourselves and our willingness to create a life according to our highest aspirations. So the challenge of Rule 8 is to create and own your own reality. Pretty profound, yeah. So I like that. So let's just turn inward and kind of embrace that for the next hour and 15 minutes. Realize that sometimes I tell you what to do, but you really don't have to do that. It's up to you. You choose how you think, how you act, what's important to you. The type of person that you want to be, and mostly on the inside, and the type of person that you were born to be. Finding your breath. Finding a little bit of calmness and peace inside yourself. Please bring hands to heart center. If we embrace the thought that what we make of our lives is really up to us, kind of changes our perspective. We begin to set lots of intentions for everything that we do. We live more in the present. And maybe perhaps allows us to notice the grace and the beauty within ourselves and within all others. and realize that we're all connected. Please lower your hands, open your eyes. So we're gonna kind of start by stretching out our feet and ankles, and then we're gonna move to wrists, and then we're gonna try a lot of inner thigh stretches and see how it goes, okay? So find a block or two. Some of you might need two if you have tight knees. And we're just gonna start in Virasana. So turn this way. So feet straight back, block or two between heels. Sometimes I need to kind of smooth out my calves and sit on the block so that you can get comfortable. And I encourage you, if you have knee pain, sometimes if you snug a blanket right in close behind your knees and then sit on that, it takes away that pain. Yeah, try it. Feels really nice for me. Yeah, isn't that amazing? It just adds a little space behind the knee, and I think that helps a lot. So I'm going to do that today as well. And then I'm going to just have you sit for a moment and find a place to gaze, like right on the horizon. And this is really hard. I'm going to encourage you to sit up tall and not move your head, but slowly move your eyes all the way to the right. So your head doesn't move, just your eyes. And then slowly back to center. Sometimes when I move mine, it feels jerky. And then to the left. And slowly back to center. Try to make it as smooth as possible. One more time to the right. I always want to turn my head to think, okay, nice and tall. And back to center. And to the left. And then slowly back to center. Good. Now come up, and this is going to be a little different. Bring your knees and your feet closer together. Feet are still stretched long. You're going to put the block on your heels and sit back on the block. So you're a little bit higher, but this is a big ankle stretch. Oh, yeah. And yeah, and use a knee pad if that helps. And then again, find a nice spot for your eyes to focus on the horizon. Keep a long connected core, and then slowly lift your eyes up very slowly. Don't move your head. Look way up. See if you can see your eyebrows. And then slowly back to center to that common drishti point. Try to make it as smooth as possible and look down very slowly. And then one more time. Come back up to center. Pause there. And slowly up. And back down through center. And down towards the ground. And back to center. Good. See, I took your thoughts away from your ankles and your feet. Now come up, and it's going to be the same thing, only you're going to curl your toes under, set the block on your heels, and sit back. Ooh. Yeah, this is the toughest one for me right now. And find that drifty point just on the horizon. Keep that, and we're just going to stretch our arms up. And back down. And stretch them up. And back down. And then bring them up to the side. Bring them forward, maybe together. And then back. And forward. And back. Good. And release the arms. Take the block off. My toes crack, 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 crack. And then come to all fours position. Top up layer. And just very slowly, I want you to feel all parts of your hand. And you're just going to move forward and back a little bit, just stretching out your wrists now. Yeah. Claw the floor. Keep thinking the middle of the hand lifts. Forward and back. I like to sweep my pointer finger and my thumb towards each other, but all the fingers kind of clawing towards the middle. Good. And then turn the hands out. Make sure your wrists are at least under shoulders, if not a little wider. My fingers come off. I have long fingers though. Again, connect through all parts of the hand and then just move side to side. Good. And then if it's possible, pause and turn the fingers back a little more. Maybe they won't go all the way back. Claw the floor and then move back. You can lift the heel of the hand as you move back and then forward. I know this is deep. And don't get too aggressive here. As you can tell, I don't. Some of you have way more flexibility. Good. And one more time. And then turn the hands back around. Go ahead and take a child's pose. Get off your wrist for a moment. Breathing deeply down into the low belly, the low back. You can feel expansion all directions there. And then please make your way back to all fours position. Remembering all that work you did, move through some cow and cat poses. So slow or with your breath, you can do whatever feels good. Just remember to keep connection through all parts of your spine. Just methodically noticing all parts as it moves. More time each way. And then pause with a flat back. Curl your toes under. Make sure you feel really connected. If you're connected through your hands and fingers, you're going to feel that all the way up into your shoulders. And think, I'm going to broaden the clavicles a little bit, but keep really strong through the shoulder girdle. And then check your core. So sits bones back, rib cage back. So you feel connected all the way through the top of your head. And then just lift your knees and hold. So a little bit, lift knees just an inch or two and breathe. Think long through the top of the head. See if you can do it for 3 more breaths. You can lower as when you need to. And on your next exhale, lower the knees. Good. Get you warm there. Sit back to child's pose again. Had to get you warm somehow. Come on up, sitting on your heels. Make some fists and just kind of move the fists around. It feels kind of good, right? And then shake them out. And come on up now to a downward facing dog. So you have to bring your hands in front a little bit, curl the toes. Feel the finger mounds. Remember everything you know about finding a really nice power doggy. And then bend one knee and the other. If you want to, you can wag your tail side to side a little bit. I want to moan and groan this morning. It feels so good. Couple more breaths. And then come forward to plank. It feels a lot like when you just lifted your knees, hopefully, but lower your knees. So you just lower the knees straight down so your shoulders are above your wrists. And then watch me, you're just gonna keep the butt lifted and lower your chest between your hands and your chin down. So it's knees, chest, chin. And then slide forward till you're in a good cobra position. I like to start with the forehead down. And then 3 times, you're just gonna lift the cobra. Thinking rib cage back, long spine. Lift on the inhale, lower on the exhale. Don't even have to use your hands here. If your wrists and your hands are tired, you don't have to use them. One more time. And lower down. And then curl the toes. Push back, down dog. Swivel both heels all the way to the right and feel a nice stretch in the left side body. Keep the right armpit lifting. And then switch heels up through the center, over to the left. And then back to center. And go slowly, one hand at a time, walk back to your feet to a forward fold. Feel all parts of your foot grounded. I like to so even though I think of 4 corners to my feet, I like to feel the toes helping me stay balanced. And if you feel big toe mound, little toe mound down, and then all 5 toes on each foot, You'll feel all the muscles in your legs working, and then just sway forward and back a little bit. See if you're lifting your arches, using all parts, and then sway side to side a little bit. Don't lift anything, just feel. If you're super connected, yeah. And then pause right in the middle. And then just enjoy a moment there. And then slowly bend your knees, bring your hands on your knees, and come all the way up to standing. And right where you are, just stretch your arms up. Grab your right wrist with your left hand and arc. Try and keep rib cage back, long spine. Just kind of really analyze how it feels this morning. What feels good, what feels not so good. Inhale, come back to center. Switch and arc. One more breath. And then on the inhale, come back to center and release your hands. I'm going to have you locate your blocks and bring them to the front of your mat. But I'm forgetting here. And come to the front of your mat, right between your blocks. You don't have to use blocks ever. It's just a suggestion. I like it because, I don't know, you can always go lower, right? Kind of like this time of year. If you don't bring an extra layer, you might, yeah. Same, I agree. Yeah. Yep, I think so too. So inhale, stretch your arms up. Really feel that, maybe even lean back just a little. And then exhale, fold forward, touch the blocks. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. 2 times more, pranam. And fold. Last time. And fold. Step your right foot back to a deep lunge. Notice that everything aligned up. See if your hips feel square. I like to put a baby bend in my knee just to start. Make sure your left knee is above your ankle. And then this is going to be just the hips moving, really. Oh, well, not really. Just the right heel moving. So lift the right heel super high and then stretch it back. See if you can keep everything lined up so the hips stay square. Maybe your hips move back a little bit and then lift it high and stretch through it. Don't go so deep that you're going to be super sore tomorrow. One more time, lift it high and stretch through it. Good. Step forward and switch. Left foot, steps back. Check your alignment. See that you're all squared up. You can make fists to bring on the blocks too. Lengthen through the top of the head and then lift the heel high. And keeping everything lined up the same, stretch through the heel. 2 more times. You'll feel more stretch in your right hamstring and your left quads as you do this. Good. And then step forward again. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep and rise and stretch. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to do that again. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Pranam. And fold. Step the left foot back first this time. Line up everything again. And especially add your spine this time and use the back of your head. Keep the left hand on the block. Stretch the right arm forward. And then as you bring it up, turn the palm out, come to a twist. And again, just check your spine, check your legs, rib cage on the back, shoulders on the back, hollow armpits, maybe open up a little more. Good, and then just stretch that arm forward again and bring it back to the block. Step your right foot back to down dog on the block. Extend the left leg and step it up. Deep lunge for the other side. So make sure you're set up the way you want. Lengthen through the top of the head. Everything's connected. Stretch the left arm forward and up and open. Breathe. And then stretch it forward and touch down. Step that left foot back to downward facing dog. Lower your knees so you can set the blocks off to the side. Come up downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower your knees and then come down. Knees, chest, chin again. Stretch long forward, stretch your toes. Inhale, come up to cobra. And lower down. Push back to all fours. Grab the blocks again. Downward facing dog. Step your feet up between the blocks. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep and rise. Notice weight in all parts of your feet. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, hands to heart center. Warming up a lot now. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Pranam. And fold. Right foot back first. Deep lunge. Set up. This time you're going to lift to crescent warrior. Keep that back foot as your anchor. And then refine. So start from the floor and just kind of work up. Feel connection, all parts. I'm going to have you stay for a few breaths. Remember that stretch you did at the first in deep lunge. Maybe your heel can stretch a little deeper. If not, it's okay. One more breath. And touch down. Step back, down dog on the block. Extend the right leg and step it through deep lunge. Setting up for crescent warrior on the second side. Take your time. You can use your front thigh if you need to. Work from the base up, hips stay square. Rib cage back. Shoulder blades back. Just refine, just notice and refine. Can you keep the hips square and stretch the heel a little more? Bend deeper into the front knee. Keep everything connected. One more breath. And on the exhale, touch down. Step forward, please. Uttanasana. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold. Pranam. And fold. Left foot steps back first, deep lunge. Ground that back foot down and make your way to a warrior two position. Yeah. And then just kind of check your alignment. Check your strength in your core. Are you using the back foot all fully? Do you feel weight in the ball of your right foot? Can you still see your right big toe if you look down at it? Yeah, good. And then inhale, straighten the front leg. Feel the weight in the ball as well as the heel, and exhale, bend back into it. One more time. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Hold for a moment. You feel connected all the way from the floor up, broadening, lengthening, engaging. Good. Straighten the front leg again. Turn your right foot forward. And then slowly fold forward, Prasarita Padottanasana. The wide-legged forward fold. Again, just notice, are you using all parts of your feet? If you do, you're going to get a better inner thigh stretch. Feel the sits bones back and apart. Feel really engaged through the whole spine. If you want to, you can reach out and grab your ankles. Sometimes that feels good. And I like to pull up. You really feel the stretch all up and down the legs. Good. And then come up like a pranam and then just push your way back up to standing. Turn your right foot forward again. Take warrior two. Gorgeous, you guys. And then please windmill down, come to a deep lunge, turn the heel up and step back, down dog. Lower your knees, set the blocks off to the side, come up downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Exhale, just lower down through chaturanga. If you want to do knees, chest, chin, you can. Cobra. Exhale down. Push back to your knees so you can grab your blocks again and then come up downward facing dog. Left foot extends, step it through. Deep lunge. Ground the back foot down. come up, warrior two. Again, same thing. I want you to just check your alignment, check your foundation, check your core, check, see if your knees tracking straight. Beautiful, you guys. These guys are looking like warriors. Hopefully you do too. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. And then hold. See if you can refine any more. Press your head back. Use your core. Good. Straighten the front leg. Turn the left foot forward. And make your way to Prasarita again. I always have to bend my knees and go slowly so I can check and see, are my feet and my kneecaps pointing forward? And just for fun, wiggle your feet a little bit further apart. See if that works. Maybe it does this time. I don't know. Maybe not. It's not necessary. Like I said, you have control, not me. I just give you suggestions. You have really open hamstrings. You can maybe reach your head to the floor and lengthen down. And then come up to a pranam. Wiggle your feet to the normal distance apart and come up to standing. Turn your left foot forward. Bend into the front knee, warrior two. Really bend deep. Feel like, oh, wow, I could hold this forever. Nice. And then windmill down. Turn the back heel up. Step back, down dog. And whichever, let's swing your left foot up, step it through, and then step your right foot through, deep lunge or forward fold. Inhale, pranam. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep and rise. Hands to heart center. Pause there. Okay, we have one more sun salute and we're gonna get into some deep places. So inhale, stretch up. Open your eyes. Exhale, fold. Pranam. And fold. Let's start with your left foot back this time. Lower the knee. And we're going to do that twist, but with the knee down. So hug knee to heel, heel to knee. Stretch your right arm forward and open up to that twist. Nice. Now, if this feels good and you want to go a little deeper, see, maybe you can lower down to your elbow on the block. You're still in the twist. Yeah. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's okay. Maybe wiggle the foot off to the right a little bit. So just so you feel like it's really stretching deep. Good, now bend the back knee. See if you can find the foot. Woo! Maybe it's there, maybe not. Hug, heel to knee to heel. Open your core. You're staying in the twist for this variation. Oh, that's deep. That feels really good though. Good, release it. Stretch the arm forward. Find the block, bring it to the inside of your foot. Come up on both hands. So now you're stretching out straight. So you feel even more stretch on your inner thigh. Your foot's still kind of off to the right. If you need to wiggle it further, you can. Your knee's above your ankle, but maybe you're broadening the knee out to the right. So it's kind of like an outlier. So your spine is long. And then you just stretch forward, maybe bring your elbows to the blocks. Or if you're really, really open, you can go even deeper. This is where I'm at today. If you want to, you can lift the back knee. Keep that really long and strong connection. Lengthen through the top of your head. Good, lower the back knee. And this is gonna be a little bit weird. Bring your right block in front. Wiggle your foot back to center line. Come to your hands. And then drop your right shoulder down a little bit and bring the hand to the outside of your foot. And then hug that foot into your arm. And maybe lift your heel or your toes. You can hug it in, keep really strong. And then unwind. Find the blocks, lift the back knee, and step forward to switch. Yeah, that was deep. Switch sides, it feels all uneven though. So right foot back, lower the back knee. First, we start with a twist. So stretch the left arm forward. Twist open, hug knee to heel, heel to knee. Feel that twist and maybe come to your forearm. At this point, it feels better to me if I wiggle that left foot out to the side more. You don't have to come to your elbow. It's okay if you don't. Think really connected in the core. Maybe bend the knee, find the foot if you want a little bit more quad stretch. One side always feels different. We're really getting into the upper legs. Long and strong spine. Good, release the foot. Bring the block to the inside. Square up and lengthen. You can come up on your hands first to feel that. You can move your foot a little further to the left if you want. And even though your foot is still as active as it's been, maybe the inside of the foot gets a little lighter and you can widen the knee, lengthen long, and maybe come down to your forearms. Try and keep a little, the action of trying to keep the curve in the low back and drawing the low belly up and really lengthening, keeping the rib cage back. Maybe lift the back knee for a moment. Don't know if that works for you. One more breath. Lower the back knee again. Move the blocks out of the way so that you can wiggle that left foot back in a little bit further so you're more in the line that you want, but keep your left hand on the inside, drop your left shoulder, and bring the left hand to the outside of the foot. That's it, girls. Hug that foot into your upper arm, maybe Lift the foot. So the left foot lifts just a little bit. That's it. Good. And then release. Unwind all the way. Find the block. Lift the back knee and step forward. I did. Inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, keep the arms lifted, but sit back to chair pose. I want you to feel just as connected. Bring hands to heart center. I want you to keep that feeling of length and connection in your spine, in your core. Chair. Good. Slowly lean forward, touch the blocks, and step back, downward facing dog. Lower your knees. You might want to find your knee cush. And then walk your hands back and put the blocks by your heels. And you can put them on the highest height if your back is tight, or on the medium height, your choice. And then come up to a knee stand. We're going to do camel pose, in case you couldn't tell. So big thing for me in camel is I used to try and scoop my tailbone and press my hips forward. I don't want you to do that at all. I want you to think hip creases stay back, sits bones stay back, but I engage my core, so I draw the rib cage back. I think long side body. I draw the shoulder blades on the back. I broaden the clavicles apart, and then I lengthen up through the top of the head. And then if I can keep all that, really hug the legs, use all parts of the legs, start to lean back. Maybe your blocks will be there. If not, just bring your hands on your hips. It's okay. I like to keep looking forward. And just see. And then leading with your heart. Come on up. Feel okay? No pinchiness? Okay. Let's do it one more time. I'm going to do it without my blocks because I'm feeling open at this point. I'm going to stretch my feet and try and find my heels this way. But that's a choice that you make. You're in control. But do think, I'm going to just work up. So I always think, press feet down, really activate the legs, keep the hip creases back, keep the sit bones back, draw the low belly up, rib cage back, lengthen, 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 and then slowly go back, broadening the clavicles. If it feels good and you want to, you can let your head go back. Lengthen. Good. Lead with your heart. And come on up. Go ahead and take a child's pose. Couple breaths. Darn it, we're running out of time. Never mind, come up, we're running out of time. Sit on a blanket if you want. I think I'm open enough. I'm gonna do it without. Stretch your legs long. We're setting up for Paschimottanasana. So I always have to lean to one sit bone, pull the leg in its socket, and do that for both sides. Then you can really feel grounded to your sit bones. Nice and tall. Maybe press your heels down, maybe a baby bend in your knees. Lengthen, active feet, and then fold. Let's see where it takes you this morning. Don't try not to round the lower back too much, just thinking really long spine. Good. And then make your way back up. Bend your right knee once you get there. Lift the ball of your foot up and interlace your hands around the ball of the foot, and then lift the foot up. Don't straighten it. Let go with your right hand, bring the elbow on the inside, and then come underneath with your hand to grab that foot again. And then stretch it forward and back a few times. Try and keep a connected spine. You don't overstretch. One more time. Good. And then holding the foot with your left hand, bring your right hand underneath and kind of help it up a little higher. Good. And then stretch your hand to the floor if possible and press that leg back and then see, oh, can I hug it in and hold it there? Woohoo! And if you want to go for the hand balance, you can. Yeah, lift, squeeze. And you should be. And release. Yeah. So yeah, so only if you know what you're doing and you're going there. That's actually how I popped my disc, was in my back when I was demoing that once, and I didn't do the practice with them. I wasn't warm, and I just went for it, and then I felt something pop, but I didn't really think anything of it until I couldn't get out of bed the next morning. Okay, let's go for the other leg. So bend the knee, reach down, grab the ball of the foot, lift, hold with the right hand, bring the left up on the inside, and then find it, find the foot if possible. And then forward and back a few times, just kind of loosening up things. You're already pretty darn loose in there. This is called big toe to head pose, or ear. Good. And then pause when it's close. Let go with your left hand, kind of help it up maybe higher on your arm or on your shoulder. Ground that hand down, and then just see if you can hold it there. And if you're Jeanette, you want to do the hand balance, you can. Good, and then unwind. It's impressive that you can hold your leg there, because a lot of people can't do that nearly. So yeah, yes, it is. Yep. Okay. We're running out of time, so I'm going to have you. Do you want to do Visvanasana? Okay. This is only for those of you that want an additional challenge. Jeanette's going to do it with me. So we're going to come to standing. If you want to try it, Mary, you can. So stand between your left. Yeah. And step your right foot back, deep lunge. You're going to ground that back foot down. No. So bring your left hand to the inside, drop your shoulder, and bring the hand to the outside. Okay. And then hug your leg into your arm, just like you did. See if you can lift the toes up and reach with your right hand to find the foot. There you go, Jeanette. And then lift and extend. Here. So, yep, left foot, lift. And then you grab it. Here, watch me quick. And you open up. Just play, okay. Switch sides. One side is always more accessible than the other. So deep lunge first. Ground the back foot down. So I'm on the bottom of my foot, so I feel pretty stable. I drop the right shoulder underneath. I have to find balance. It's kind of like side plank. And then lift the foot and see if you can extend it. It feels like a twist. Good. Release. Good. Come to your backs. Everybody. I told you you didn't have to do what I said. But it's fun to try. It's fun to challenge yourself. So find a little peacefulness on your back. I know I'm sweating. Hopefully you can find your breath. Relax. And then hug your knees in. Just start by rolling side to side. Just loosening. And then finding the tops of your knees with your hands. Your fingers point down. Just slowly keep rolling side to side. And as you do, allow your feet to come closer to the floor. You're just slowly pushing the knees away from you, feeling the curve come back in your low back until finally your arms are full length. Your feet just dangle there. And then pause, feel a little pressure down into the hip sockets, just calming. And then release your knees, bring your feet down, and then soles of the feet together, let the knees open to Supta Baddha Konasana. You can bring your hands on your inner thigh or on your belly. And then slowly bring the knees up. If you want a few windshield wipers, you can do that, or just go straight for Shavasana, your choice. I'm going to do a few windshield wipers. So I bring my feet wide and let the knees go side to side. And then everybody stretch out for a well-deserved Shavasana. Feel yourself melt into the floor with every exhale. Relax your jaw. Feeling the pelvis nice and heavy. Relax the hips and the low back. Joseph Campbell once said, "The world is a match for you, and you are a match for the world. By this, he meant that when you fully recognize your challenges, your gifts, and your individual reality, and you accept the life path they represent, the world provides whatever you need to succeed. You, in turn, will discover how you can make your greatest contributions to the world. When you claim authorship of your life story, the world responds and genius ignites. Reconnecting your thoughts and your breath. Allow your lungs to open up to allow a fuller breath. Don't force it, just feel an opening. And begin to move fingers, toes, maybe head, shoulders. Whatever feels good to awaken. Please draw your knees in. Go to the right side when you're ready. And push on up to seated. Give yourself a moment there. Hopefully your physical body feels nice and open and ready for the day. Just wanted to close with reading from Marianne Williamson. I will not deflect, diminish, or invalidate my dreams today, or concoct excuses for why they can't happen. However outrageous they seem to be, I allow them to live within me. Today, I will not limit my dreams. I honor the images of my deeper self and invite them to reveal to me the meaning of their message. I make a space within the temple of my mind for God, the dreamer of all of life, to dream his dreams through me. Please bring hands to heart center. Thank you so much for choosing yoga this morning. I bow to the light in each of you. Namaste. Have a fabulous weekend. Thank you, guys. Oh, thank you. Good. Thanks. I needed it this morning. Thanks, you guys, for being here.
Thank you, Lisa.
Yeah, have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.